The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified English Series. Read by Thitimaa Phansi. Chapter 18. How could you be so noble? There was something about Aunt Polly's manner when she kissed Tom that swept away his feeling of depression. He set off for school and had the luck to meet Becky Dasher. When he was happy, he could never be angry with anyone, and so he said, "Becky, I behaved very badly today, and I'm sorry. Let's be friends." The girl stopped and looked him scornfully in the face. "Please don't speak to me, Mr. Thomas Sawyer." She held up her hand proudly and passed on. Tom was stunned. He presently saw her in the schoolyard and made a stinking remark. She fired one in return and could hardly wait for school to begin. Some impatient was she to see Tom punished for the damaged spelling book. Poor girl, she did not know that she would soon be in trouble herself. The Dasher, Mr. Dobbin, has reached middle age with the unsatisfied ambition. The goal of his desires was to be a doctor, but fate has arranged that he should be nothing higher than a village schoolmaster. Every day he took a mysterious book out of his desk and studied it at time. Every pupil in the school was longing to have a look at it, but the chance never came. Now, as Becky was passing by the desk, which stood near the door, she noticed that the key was in the lock. It was a precious moment. She glanced round, found herself alone, and the next instant she has the book in her hand. She noted that it was Professor somebody else, and disease, and began to turn the page. At that moment, a shadow fell on the page, and Tom Sawyer stopped in at the door. Becky snatched at the book to close it and had the misfortune to tear a page. She thrust the book into the desk, turned the key, and burst out crying with shame and annoyance. "Tom Sawyer, how could you be so horrid, creeping up to see what one's looking at? How could I know that you were looking at anything? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I know that you're going to tell the teacher about me. Oh, what shall I do? I'll be punished, and I have never been punished in school." And she rushed out of the classroom in a storm of tears. In a few moments, the Dasher arrived and lesson began. Soon the spelling book discovery was made. Becky thought for a moment of telling about Alfred Temple, but she forced herself to keep quiet because she said to herself, "He'd tell about me tearing the book. I won't say a word, not even to save his life." Tom took his punishment and went back to his set, and not at all broken-hearted, for he thought that he might have upset the ink on the spelling book himself. A whole hour passed by. Then Mr. Dobbin unlocked his desk and reached for his book, but seemed undecided whether to take it out or leave it. Most of the pupils glanced up idly, but there were two who watched his movement closely. Miss Dublin fingered his book thoughtfully for a time, then took it out and settled himself in his chair to read. Tom glanced at Becky. The anxious expression on her face made him forget his quarrel with her. Quick! Something must be done. He would run and snatch the book, spring through the door and fly, but he hesitated. His chance was lost. The teacher had opened the book. The next moment he faced the school. His stern gait made even the innocent tremble. There was a silence while one might count 10. Then he spoke. Who told this book? There was not a sound. One could have heard a pin drop. The teacher searched face after face for signs of guilt. Benjamin Roger, did you tear this book? A Daniel, another post. Joseph Harper, did you? Another Daniel. Tom Anthony's grew as the teacher examined the row of boys, considered for a moment, and then turned to the girls. Emily Lauren? A shake of the head. Gracie Miller? The same sigh. Susan Harper, did you do this? Another negative. The next girl was Becky Datcher. Tom was tumbling from head to foot with excitement and sense of the hopelessness of the situation. Rebecca Dasher. Tom glanced at her face. It was white with terror. Did you tear? No. Look me in the face. Did you tear this book? A thought shot like lightning through Tom's brain. He sprang to his feet and shouted, I did it! The pupils stared, astounded at Tom's foolishness. When he stepped forward to this punishment, the surprise, the gratitude, the worship that shone upon him out of Becky's eyes seemed reward enough for 100 whipping. He took without a murmur the most severe punishment that even Mr. Dublin has ever given. Tom went to the bed that night, planning revenge against Alfred Temple, for Becky has told him all, but even the longing for revenge has to give way soon to pleasanter thought, and he fell asleep as last with Becky was still in his ear. Tom, how could you be so noble?